Yo, 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 it's the baddest guys on the net, watch alongs, chat shows, streams, whatever you want to call it. No one ain't doing the same thing that we're doing. Nearly a whole season over, 2 more games to go, plus one, the big one, the Champions League. 2 games obviously is special as well. Man, it's been a crazy one. Sorry about last week. We couldn't make it last week. Obviously, commitments and stuff like that. But it's been a mad one, bro. Like, Sunday was just a crazy game. And if you're neutral or a hater, I know you wanted West Ham to win. But if you was an Arsenal fan in the midst of trying to win a Premier League, you would have been like that last decision of the game where Raya was being held. All of a sudden now, all the referee experts are coming out. You know, it wasn't a foul. It's this, it's that. Arsenal been doing it all season. We're going to talk about that now. We're going to talk about that. Let's just slide into that. Arsenal been doing it all season. There's no inconsistency. All of this crying from our rival fans. But I'm just here to tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care. Okay, I'm gonna let you say your piece, you know what I mean? Because Sunday was a mazza. It was a mazza.
Bro, those last like 10 minutes, bro. We were nah, because shout out Capo, obviously. Shout out, bro. Obviously, you guys and Capo was the same, but you guys don't understand. Like 0-0, like post the Raya save, obviously done, and rightfully so, is feeling like we're not going to get the win. And obviously, fam, we know what the permutations of not getting the win does for the rest of the title race. And then we get that goal in it at the end of the day. Shout out Tyrone.
Yeah.
We exercise. I do exercise. Watford and DC, when Odegaard is out the team, we play perfect.
Well, we actually needed Odegaard the other day, so credit to Odegaard. You know what I mean?
So he said, do you think you're fit? Do you think you're fit to get fit person? I think at the end.
No, is it? Huh?
Waffle, do you think you're fit? It's a question to you, isn't it?
We play perfect in Waffle. Do you think Nah, I'm not fit, you know. I'm not, bro. I need to go. I need to, definitely do some cardio, man. But
everyone slapped their likes nice and early. Obviously, I'll just get that in. But like the emotions were just mad on Sunday. Obviously, the VAR. I think the main, which is mad, which is so funny. Like obviously, I'm gonna get over to the VAR stuff. Yeah, like when I've now seen a replay and I've seen the foul. You saw me in it. I'm off my chair. I'm like, fam, it's a foul. It's a foul. Like there's no way. But the thing why I'm worried is that we never get the rub of the green. Like when we should. Like whether it's decisions that are wrong, that are not overturned, or decisions that are like harshly basically refereed, or do you know what I mean? Like we've seen it over the years. So I'm just thinking they're not going to give it. They're going to say there's inconclusive evidence or something, and that's going to piss me off because the game wasn't about. Like we shouldn't have made it down to a VAR decision. We had 90 minutes to take care of West Ham and try and make that game done. But fam, at the end of the day, it wasn't that type of game, and we were 1-0 up, and rightfully we should have been given a foul, and rightfully we was given a foul, and rightfully we won that game not because of it, but that had a huge influence on us getting the 3 points in the end of the game. But like seeing. As I said, it's one thing rival fans, people online, like everyday fans like me and you and everyone else in the chat or on the internet that, you know, I want to be tribalistic or be purposely stupid and say it's not a foul or try and argue. Clearly, their anger towards Arsenal winning, their, I'm going to say, jealousy is deluding them to not want to like see the foul. Because if this was any other the 19 teams in the Premier League having that same thing, the same type of game, and the right decisions given, we're all like, yeah, do you know what? Right use of VAR, fam, well done. Like the only reason there's controversy is because it's Arsenal. It's not got to do with any, that. You made a point about, like Arsenal have had similar fouls. Arsenal have never held a goalkeeper over like his arm and, you know, choke hold him and then pulling, and then another player's pulling that goalkeeper from the back. Arsenal have screened, you know, stood in front, we've crowded, which is all valid. We've been physical. We haven't just made it easy for things, but we haven't held people in any way. I think someone brought up the Saliba buying their thing, and I think he held his hand for like 1 second. I think it didn't stop him from doing anything. And I think the Ben White one against Leicester a couple of years ago, where he was holding his glove, that was even ruled out. If you want to look at something that was, you know, level of consistency in terms of the keeper, but the hatred, because it doesn't make any sense. And I think why it makes it, I'm just been so happy seeing it, because it's like there's been so many other people, you know, pundits, mainstream people, even other like fans, people that make content, that have been able to just take away their agenda, hatred, if they have one against Arsenal, and say, do you know what, it's a foul. At the end of the day, you've seen big people, and there's been big pundits, big people that are saying, and they're still saying to today, no way, it's not a foul. This is mad. Arsenal, just say, oh, it's a foul, but Arsenal get. I'm saying, like, what does that? What's Arsenal's history got to do with the foul? It's like me saying, oh, well, if Arsenal are a physical team, and then someone kicks someone in the head and say, oh, but they're a physical team, you can't really give that. Like, what does that mean? Like, it's like you're justifying, like, you want VAR to see a foul and not give it because what? Like that you like, and I think it's so funny because the desperation in that moment of so many people that probably celebrated that goal, and it being taken away from them, like the West Ham, I can understand. Callum Wilson, if you're going to feel hard done by because of the emotional side, I can understand that. Man City fans, Man City, even though most of them have said it's a foul, cool. Everyone else is just a fool. Like, I'm going to be so sorry. Like, it's
What's this?
you
Jesus,
can say yes, it's a foul, but they did get robbed. You can't say yes. Yeah. I'm agreeing with you, Jesus, fam. It doesn't make any sense, like, for people like what I'm seeing, the reasoning and the argument. I'm just seeing stupidness. And do you know what makes me laugh, Don? Yeah, I pass it off to you. I think I was in Gunner Street's comment. Yeah, someone commented on one of his because he made a video short about this, and someone commented like, "Oh, well done Arsenal for winning an illegitimate trophy." After you got robbed, and he commented. I commented. I said I laughed and I said, "So, you're upset that the right decision was given against Arsenal." But you guys will, whenever you ask people, why do you hate Arsenal? Oh, we don't hate Arsenal. We hate the fans. I asked a question. I said, what did any Arsenal fan had the contribution to that decision, not given the right rate? Because we're not on the pitch. We have no contact with PGMO. So why is the anger there? Because that was only involving Arsenal, the team, the players. Like, our fans have nothing to do with it. So, like, getting so irate about a right decision is not about the fans. Like, that I think that's such a myth. Like, any Arsenal fan, if anyone tells you, oh, we hate Arsenal, the fans, it's a myth. They hate Arsenal because everyone is so used to Arsenal being that banter club and that club that can fall back on to kind of say, our fans are most emotional, our fans are most passionate, or not most passionate, but we're most expressive with our passion. We have a lot of us in abundance because we're one of the most supported teams. And, like, people are so comfortable knowing that, you know, that's where we're at. I feel like knowing that now, there's so much get back for all the years of slating Arsenal fans, and yeah, rightfully so. Any Arsenal fan that wants to rub, if we do get over the line, in anyone's face, do it, because the fact that mainstream media themselves,
you don't know what I've got in store, bro.
The fact that mainstream media talk, like, fam, there was more noise about a right decision than, even for me. I don't even care about the Bernardo Silva or the Nunes thing against Brentford, but there was no noise about that. There was no noise about Bernardo Silva punching a man in the leg. But there was more noise about the right decision. More man getting irate. When Bernardo Silva was holding the Everton player in the box, clear penalty. There was no noise about that. There was no irate. Oh, why didn't VAR give that? That's a clear penalty, fam. This is what. But when it's Arsenal the right decision, oh my god, that is stupid, bro. And I think I absolutely love it. That's what I have to say. I absolutely love it, bro. Because you know when like a lot of men that are dying on this hill are gonna like feel so stupid when they get kept on referring back to this point and they can't delete it out of history and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm still vindicated," because you're gonna look so stupid. Because if everyone themselves, even the referee and body, has come out and said, "Yeah, it's correct," they've released the footage. You can tell the back and forth. It's just like, yeah, man. But haters can be hating, fam.
You know what is? You know what is for me, yeah. And we're gonna start to see this probably over the next few games if we wrap it up. Is content creators, rival content creators, they're going to start doing their own content on us, you know, congratulating us, celebrating, you know, Arsenal have done well, Arsenal have done this, you know, just to get their own views up. Because I've noticed a lot of these content creators, these rivals, yeah, they like to poop on us, yeah, but they also use us to get their own, do you know what I mean, agendas up. You know, and I can name plenty of men that do these things, but you know what it is, it's the game, isn't it? It's the game. It is the game. But one thing, if we do get over the line, just be prepared to take what you've been given. That's all I've got to say about that. Just be prepared, because when we get over the line, it's going to be hella shameless. And I don't want to be hearing man saying, "Oh, do you know what? Yeah, you've done well and congratulate." I'm not hearing it. I don't want to hear your congratulations, bro. I don't want to hear it. I just want to just like be shameless, and I'm gonna be shameless. But we still got 2 games to go. We've still got Burnley next Monday, I believe. Now, a lot of us are looking at this game as an easy game, and you know, we should go and smash them and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I look at it like this: we win our 2 games, and the league title's ours. If we smash Burnley next Monday, that's a bonus. But I also want to remember that teams like this can cause problems, and I'm not, because they're the bottom of the league or whatever, yeah, near the bottom of the league, it doesn't mean that, you know, they've got nothing to play for where we have all to play for. And I was just thinking earlier, it'd be typical Burnley to come to Arsenal, yeah, and to put some stinky low block just to frustrate us for the first half an hour or so. But if we score early, then I think it could be a floodgates thing. But I could also see it being a case of, if they defend well for 30 minutes, the crowd might start to get irritated, because remember, we have to win this game. I don't believe Palace win this game. I also don't believe that. I think City beat Bournemouth or they draw. I don't think they lose to Bournemouth. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. So
I agree.
What would be your approach to that game against Burnley? And considering we haven't got Ben White now, he's out for the whole of the season now, so we're bringing in Mosquera now. So very good defense, but going forward, is Mosquera the answer to work with what's his name, Saka? Maybe Odegaard might be the one to just maybe bring in and just do his thing. What's your thoughts?
Firstly, I will say, I will be fair. Like, there's some opposition fans that I feel like have been balanced, or some people that I know that are not like tribalistic. So them ones, if they congratulate, I will be your face, but I'm not gonna like be over shameless. But everyone else, yeah, just to put that point in. But on the Burnley game, I think I agree with you still. Like, I think obviously I'm you know me, and I'm one that I think on paper, and just given where we are at last 2 games, the fact that we're home, last home game of the season as well, you want to end on a high, even if there wasn't much on the riding on the season. But I think it's more that they're not a good team. Like, they're not a good team. I'm pretty sure Arsenal's record at home against Burnley is quite good. I think Arsenal need to as well understand the moment, which they will. I think the crowd will be mad, and I think Burnley will come and obviously, I guess with the whole free hit, nothing to play for. Last two games of the season might want to end with some at least a level of dignity. They're gonna definitely try. I do anticipate. I don't think it's gonna be a game where Arsenal's gonna come in. We're gonna see a team that's not pressing and the team that doesn't really want to draw, and Arsenal's gonna walk to the game. I think if Arsenal want to make the game a game like that, they need to come out and impose everything that they need to. And that's from everyone, the fans coming out, the atmosphere, the players coming out with that quality and intent and level of physicality that shows that the narrative of the two teams, one team that's going for a title, potentially locking it off, and another team that's going to be playing in the tier below next season. I think obviously for me it does depend on today. Obviously I do, again, like if I'm going to be guessing, I think City will beat Palace, but you never know until it's played out, and you have to see when it's played out what happens. If City do somehow drop some type of points, a loss or a draw, and maybe that lines up to mathematically Arsenal winning the league at Burnley, I think that changes the game as well, because I think the crowd comes with a stupid atmosphere. I think the players would know that this is the game, and I think we will definitely see a different type of knowing that you can lift it here tonight. Nighttime, Monday night, such a different type of title, win. Do you know what I mean? It will be interesting, but that's ifs and buts if obviously this result today goes that way. But even if it doesn't, I think obviously big up Nems. I think if the performance and the intent is like how we played in our last home game at home in the Premier League against Fulham, like we start off like that. Obviously I know we might not be able to, as you said, with Ben White coming out, even if that's the only one change that we make from the start, it is a big change for me, and so I'll get into that point in a moment. But I think this team can still play like that. Obviously, that is a change that changes things, but there's still, 10 other players that have been playing and flowing for the last couple of weeks that should still be able to play well against a team that probably are not going to come out and super press, or a team that even if they do super press, you should be killing them. And if they sit in a low block, yeah, it might be tough, but you have better players than them. Like, I'm not trying to hear that, for too long into the game. But I think, if we play like the home against Fulham, I think we should and would get goals, and I think then the game would open up, because I feel like even more than Fulham, if that is even if it's not a title deciding game, I think if Arsenal are flowing 3-0 at half time, for instance, I think they probably would go on and score some more goals in the second half. I think us having an 8-day break, right, between games. This is the first. This is the longest break in terms of in season. Obviously, not in season, but I mean without it being an international break or anything. I think this is the longest break we've actually had, for a long time. A lot of players maybe that have knocks, or players that have fatigue, they literally probably had 2 days rest, no training, and then they're coming back in, some recovery and a lot of time to kind of recuperate, before the game. So I think they should be fresh. They should be gunning to go. Because when you have 3 games after the season and they had a long rest, so I think that will also contribute to the energy levels in terms of how we press and the intent of how we play. I think it is as long as Arsenal bring what they should bring, and I think all the intangibles are there. Obviously, we'll see what happens today. We'll see everyone should be feeling fresh. Obviously, the Ben White injury is the problem, because obviously Mosquera, but defensively you will be confident. Obviously, I'm not going to, with all due respect, I don't think Burnley have decent players, but Arsenal should be handling them. But you lose that build up. Ben White is an excellent player on the ball, very comfortable on the ball in all areas, and is a great passer. Obviously, Mascara has his own traits, and obviously, I think as an unknown, that can also be interesting, because you don't know what he can bring you going forward in terms of the other teams and in terms of what he is. But there is going to be something lost. So I understand your Odegaard point, but I do want Eze to play, and I think with Trossard getting that winner, he's going to have to keep his position. And I think Eze home game, last home game, it's written for him there to score. It's the tough decision Mikel has. But I think with the tough decisions, you've got to just think about what makes the most sense. But he might make that choice. But if I still want Eze on the pitch, if Odegaard starts, I don't want it to be one or the other. So that's with that. But yeah, man, I think I'm just very sad for Ben White. Obviously, I think we can have a little word on him, because I feel like he's been an epitome of this whole process, because he's one of the first players that was bought in this process, or to still be in the squad. Obviously, him, Gabriel. 2, he's sacrificed his whole body. knowing that in 23-24 he was playing on injection and injuries and a bad knee because Timber had the ACL and Tomiyasu's body was broke and he had to play he got through it, and all these injuries now are the consequence of that. And then this season, obviously, as much as we can say Declan Rice got taken out of right midfield, that change, I think Ben White getting taken off, there was an impact. Like, there was a clear impact. We was very, very good in those first 20 minutes. I mean, we've been good in the last couple of games, and he's been good in the last couple of games as well. I feel just sad for him because we don't even know the extent of the injury, and if he is to miss the World Cup as well, when it was looking like he was getting...
Apparently
he's not getting surgery, innit?
No, he doesn't need. He's not. He don't need surgery.
Yeah, so there is. It's not. So maybe you never know. You can't write it off. But being so close, also World Cup 2 months time, like we'll have to see. But
those are horrible injuries, though, bro, man.
And I think the frustrating part is obviously Timber is not, like, we don't know what the status of Timber right now. See, there's rumors he's back.
I heard he's running. He's running.
Yeah, he's back on the pitch. He's doing stuff. But I don't think he will be back for Monday. Obviously, I wouldn't necessarily think we need him for Monday. But even if you want him back in that Champions League final, you want maybe at least a game that he can get, 20 minutes, maybe some minutes his legs. But, this is where we're at, man. And obviously, fam, we've got.
Isn't it crazy, how, like, two of probably the world's best right backs are both out injured, and it's a gamble in it for like the last. I think Hakimi will be back for the final, but Timber as well. Imagine them both coming back into the final. It'd be a mazza, innit? It'd be crazy. I want to take you back though, a few weeks back, yeah. And when we win this league, this moment is gonna be a special moment to remember. Can you remember we lost against Bournemouth? Yeah, it might have been against Bournemouth. I can't remember who we lost against. But Rice was talking to Odegaard, and he said, and you can see like the lip reading, it's not over. That sends shivers down my spine, rude boy. When I think about that. When I think what Declan Rice, you have to have a mad mentality to lose a game, how we did to Bournemouth, and still say it's not over. Even Pep was like, you see this guy, yeah? Declan Rice, this season, I can't explain in words how pivotal he's been in this side. I know we've got the likes of, we talk about Raya in a moment, and we know the back, the Saliba and Gabriel. We know about these men, but in that middle, I think without Rice being so pivotal in that central area, yeah, bro, we could be looking at. I don't even know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think I agree with you in terms of that video, and I think start with that video or that clip and that moment against, I think it was against Manchester City.
Was it against City? Oh yeah. Sorry, it's against City. Sorry, yeah.
And obviously, I think with hindsight, we can kind of talk it now, because I remember I was kind of pushing the narrative, and well, not narrative. I was saying, like, I felt positive after the game based on the performance and based on how we approached the game, based on how the game went. I felt like we had the better chances. Obviously, if not for Havertz's shooting boots that day, we would have won that game. And I'm pretty sure things would have been very different from that point moving on in terms of like the overall narrative from maybe the outside. But like, I think it was telling, because I think there's a much more telling show of your mentality when you played well but you lose, and you take the positives and you take the motivation from that, rather than letting it discourage you because of the fact that you lost. And I think obviously we did lose to Bournemouth the game. Was it the game after? Which obviously would show that there was, but I think the Bournemouth game was totally different to the City game. We didn't play the same way. We didn't look the same. We didn't approach the game the same. And I think from that moment, obviously, we've been different, because that was like a real low. The City game you can kind of lose in that way, but the Bournemouth game, the way we lost, was unacceptable. But Declan Rice's mentality, because I know for sure him, I like Saka, is playing through injuries, playing through probably some pain of some type of sorts. And he he is like he epitomized. I think I don't know. Remember the Champions League game on Prime? I don't know. Maybe I was watching the pre. They did
hold
like a
on.
little.
What's your cuz say, man?
He said we've just handed you guys the league. Shout out Jens, man. My boy.
Yeah, big up Jens,
Go
man.
look at our
What's he
lineup
talking
for
about?
today.
What's he talking about?
So I've done loads of that lineup. I'll continue on Rice here. Remember the Prime interview, guys? If you watched the Champions League coverage against Atletico second leg, when they talked about Rice and his come up through football and everything, and that just showed me a man that just has mad mentality. Obviously, going into West Ham 16, going to that team, Noble was saying he just literally had like the fitting of being a guy just there, and you can just tell like of what he sees himself, how he sees football, and the way he plays. That never giving up. Every time he always has a last ditch tackle in his repertoire within a game. He always has the one that's trying to make things happen. He always will have a long busting run. He always have a long shot. He would at least have 2 or 3 good deliveries from a set piece, corner or free kick that would have been threatening. He literally epitomizes what you want, like a fan on the pitch type player, and his mentality is nuts. Like I think him alongside, Gabriel, Saliba, Raya, that spine that we have, at least in terms of the backside of the spine, is elite. And I think we've been so lucky to have them fit and keep them fit throughout like a lot of the periods of the season, isn't it? Let's load up the City lineup, obviously, as we kind of segue onto what could potentially be a game that finalizes. Obviously, Jens is my cousin, is a City fan. City team, obviously,
That's
Donnarumma in
not a bad
goal.
team, though. That's not
Nunes,
not.
Christian Gay, Guardiola's back, so that's not too bad. Bernardo and Nuri. I don't know about that.
Guardiola's back.
Semenyo, Foden, Savinho, and Marmouche. So it seems, like maybe I think you see that Pep is kind of giving up on the title, innit? And maybe that West Ham game was his because now he's just looking at the FA Cup to try and make sure that they
I need an Nketiah dagger tonight, bro.
And let's see, Mateta, Brennan Johnson, Pino, Mitchell, Hughes. No Wharton yet. Is he injured? Munoz, Richards. Saving him for what? But yeah, I think he's kept for injury, innit? But
that's not a bad team. I think both. I think both teams. That's very competitive, bro.
No, it's always going to be competitive. I think if City had Doku, who's been in mad form, if they had Haaland, of course, if Rodri was fit, for example. But I think the Guardiola one is interesting. Obviously, there's no O'Reilly as well. So obviously, Guardiola is his first game back. So maybe Pep is just trying to get him fit for maybe Saturday. Maybe he has a plan to play. Maybe he has a plan to play O'Reilly midfield and then play Guardiola left back. So probably give Guardiola minutes. But yeah, interesting, man. Obviously, as I said, innit, if Palace can get something today, and if they were to get a win and let Arsenal go, have that knowing that knowing that Premier League title will be in the tunnel, knowing the banners and the confetti, and knowing, do you know what I mean? Like it will be good because whether Arsenal lift it, whether it's at Selhurst or at Emirates, it don't matter to me because we win the title. But it would be so sweet. It would be so sweet, and then it would be even sweeter to know that because we've won the title, then we could potentially go to that Palace game and rotate and really rest guys for that Champions League game final because of the fact that the title's already secured. Like that would be even sweeter. But I'm dreaming, and Don knows me. I'm always gonna get ahead of myself.
The mad thing, about City, is that the rival fans don't understand that if we don't win this league, these men could win a treble. Are you going to be happy seeing, and obviously
the same team, like, they look at their era, like little 10, 15 years, team that's just winning double trebles and, 10 out of the last 13. And, I think people don't really deep it because obviously, I understand people don't, which is, it can kind of factor why people say they hate Arsenal fans because there's not really many City fans. Like, so there's not really anyone you're going to banter. Like, if they lose, there's not really anyone that you're going to be hear from if they win. Like, the media themselves don't even really super cover City. They were more talk about a team that didn't win than City. Like, do you know what I mean? So I understand, big up Jacks, but it's just like,
you know what it is for me? Yeah, I think the rivals have just got too comfortable, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Over the years, they've come into the yard. They've not taken off their shoes. You know what I mean? Put their feet up on the sofa with their shoes on. You know what I mean? Put your TV on. Went into your fridge.
Opening your fridge. you know, opening your can of drink or beer, drinking it, putting it back in there half drunk, you know, farting in your favorite chair. You're like, fam, do you know what I mean? Clipping their toenails in and not cleaning up the toenail. Like, man, they're just doing a madness. And I know it is what I was saying before. Man are comfortable with Arsenal being like, even, do you know what annoys me, Don? I can take it. Pause. From shout out Precious back in the building, back from Senegal. You see people, I could take it from United, City, Liverpool, Spurs, even Chelsea, City, whatever. But like when you're seeing random man like Palace, Bournemouth, Newcastle,
Wolves,
like who else? Wolves, random teams that, bro, in your wildest imaginations, you'll never be in a title race, with all due respect to your club. So to even like, why, like, we're not in the same repertoire, bro. We don't compete. We don't even battle. We don't even have a rivalry. Like the fact that like, I have some fans, like some Palace fans that are really like their brother, and they all say, "Oh, it's your fans." So essentially, that's what I keep on comparing it to, brother. Arsenal are the Targaryens of football. Arsenal are the Targaryens of football. In Game of Thrones, when Daenerys came through and the knew she was a Targaryen and she had a dragon, everyone started to be like, damn, because dragons were slept for years. The Lannisters and all these other families were ruling the Seven Kingdoms for years, and then everyone knows what the Targaryens were on, obviously, as we've seen in House of the Dragons. And now it's like Arsenal, because people know. Is the truth here is one. I think it's two things. It's not just the fact that Arsenal fans are going to be annoying or shameless or get back for all the years of banter and all that stuff. I think people deep down don't know that it's not a one and done. Like, you don't finish second for 3 years in a row, Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals, and reaching the Carabao Cup semi-finals and finals in multiple years, and get into these last stages of competitions and being there in the Premier League for multiple years, which is hard to do because we're the only team. It validates all this, or most accumulated points in 3-4 years, because City and Liverpool have been up and down. They're one of those up and down teams. They win it, but then they will be fourth or fifth. That's them, innit? Like, they're not like since them going back and forth with Klopp and Pep, Liverpool have been inconsistent, and City have started to show a bit of they're not the same City. Like, next season, all these players signed up. You know that Arsenal, Arsenal are going to be there next season. Are going to be in and around that title race. You know that Arsenal are going to be in and around the Champions League semis at least. That you should be predicting like that. Like, it's that now. It's not like they just got there this year and then they're not getting there next year. Like, Arsenal should be getting there the next couple of years, and people know what that looks like if Arsenal have their era. A little 5-year period where they've won 3 and 5 or something. Like, because then, like, you can't, then there's no banter no more. Like, that era of banter is old. Like, right now we're the best team and constantly been the best team type stuff. And I think that's the fear, because why the hell do everyone else talk?
Yeah, I hear it. Hey, people, yeah, you lot are getting too comfortable in the chat, yeah. Let's keep the lights up. Let's smash up the lights, people, yeah. And let's get this going. Let's get this going, man. What is this thing here? Arsenal club employees were left disappointed after being asked to pay £859 to travel to the Champions League final in Star's contract to PSG, who covered the travel for all its employees. I don't know much about that. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I don't know what to say about that, man. I really don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
If it is true, sad. Let's be honest, because big money institutions should be handling that. But obviously, you would have to tell me what source that is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, need the source, Jakes, man.
If it's one of those, Twitter sources with a page that isn't one of the official journalists, then I ain't really hearing.
Anyway, let's kind of talk about, obviously, we know in our hearts, yeah, that the league's wrapped up anyway. Yeah, we know that we're gonna win this league. Yeah, we say it now, we're gonna win the league. Yeah, the Champions League now. This is the thing that I think, if we win this Champions League, this is where I think the game changes for a lot of people. This is where the respect comes from the rivals. Not that I really care whether they respect us or not, but
they can't. They would give it.
But they can't say but they won't be able to
they
say
can't say anything else but say but give respect to
People forget that we're the third most successful club in England, behind Man United and Liverpool.
On the Targaryens.
Yes. So if people want to talk about success, then we're up there. But if we win this Champions League, and people are already writing us off, saying that we can't beat PSG. But PSG,
we've beaten PSG.
I think styles make fights, bro. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna write us off. I wrote us off, like, obviously in a group chat a few weeks back, saying, nah, PSG are beating us in the final. But anything can happen in the final, bro. Anything can happen in the final. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If we win this final, bro, there's gonna be a lot of men
that are gonna go
disappearing from the scene.
Hiding, bro.
Hiding.
Or you will not be able to get an answer from them. You know, call their phone, you know, shout them to them. But I think, like, as you said, innit, like, I think the league is, obviously it's not done now, but I think we will be done. It will be done. And VFS, obviously, I just hope that you're still here. Because if City drop points, I hope that you're still here. And I hope you're not there hating. I hope you're just taking it all back and say, I was just a fool and I was just hating completely, but you man. But anyways, moving on from that. The Champions League game is it's a 50-50, man. Like, I think you rarely see Champions Leagues like last year's Champions League where the team just.
Can I tell you something? Can I just say something quickly? The last team to win a back-to-back Champions League was Real Madrid. I think that was 2014, 2013. Guys, fact check that. Or one of them years. So winning a back-to-back Champions League is not easy, bro.
I think it was recently still, like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But they the free people, but they and obviously they have that heritage. Obviously, PSG have only won Champions League one time. I think there's a lot of things people have to look at. Like, I don't think there's much between the two teams. Like, I think PSG have an amazing attack.
Defense, attack.
Yeah, I think they have amazing attack and they have amazing system, amazing manager as well, and they have great players all around. Like, amazing attack, amazing midfield, amazing defense. But I think Arsenal will have a very good, amazing defense, amazing midfield, and a great attack if all players are fit to their own right. And I think, as you said, Arsenal have a different style. Arsenal, a team that can adapt to any type of game state, which is something that I've credited the manager for making us, because that's a big trait to have, to be able to be comfortable in any type of game and against any type of opponent, and be able to take the game anywhere you need to, and not just have one style. And if the game's in a different style, you can't adapt. We're able to adapt to anything, which is good. But also, like, as I said, like, how many times do you see finals end 5-0? Most Champions League finals go to extra time. Most Champions League finals are one goal wins. Most Champions League finals, you know, sometimes go to penalties. Most time go to penalties as well. Like, you know, we've seen mad things. I think PSG are the best team in Europe right now, but I don't think, one, the gap between PSG and Bayern or Arsenal is that huge. Two, I think people are looking at this PSG team too much. Like, they're not better than some of the historic, you know, Real Madrid or Barcelona, or, you know, even that AC Milan team that played Liverpool in that 2005 final. That was a better team than PSG. Like, if you're looking at the players that were playing there at their prime, and if you look at Liverpool and that team, that was a way lesser team than our Arsenal. And people are looking at this. People are saying this is going to be an annihilation. These are the same. People that are saying that are the same people that are saying that it was a foul, right? Or it wasn't a foul, right? That's what I'm realizing. It's the same, because your hatred and your lens cannot allow you. Yeah, because you can say, oh, PSG are a better team than Mad Attack, but Arsenal are still a good team. Like, Arsenal have gone through the whole Champions League campaign unbeaten.
Are these young men or are these young guys or older guys?
There's young, old. I don't. These are there's old. There's man that the hatred can blind you. There's man that are my age. There's man that are probably a little bit younger than me, because it's like you. So you don't like you even like so that's why I don't like the fact that mainstream media hates Arsenal, because the way that they analyze Arsenal is in such a negative way that it kind of makes people feel vindicated, because negative Arsenal is a business, and let's be real honest, like that sells. both from Arsenal fans themselves, both from negative opposition fans when they make content on Arsenal when we lose, both from mainstream media. They want to make, because one, Arsenal fans ourselves will react when it's negative. We're going to defend our club as rightfully so. But two, it just sells. Like other people buy it. Like, look how many people are invested in Arsenal not getting a win. So many people crying, and there were Spurs fans crying, even though that it benefited us. The world is stupid. So I'm saying, like, when they're looking at this PSG Arsenal game, you're looking at it so much like from Arsenal are not Inter Milan, bro. Like Arsenal probably could have smoked Inter Milan 4-0 last year as well. With all due respect to Inter Milan in the final, if Arsenal beat PSG and got there. And like, I think end of the day, I think how I'm just looking at it, I just laugh. Like if Arsenal win the Champions League,
we're not even saying we're the favourites, though, bro. We're not saying
no, we're not the favourites, but we have a very good chance. Because one, it's a final. Liverpool faced Tottenham, which I think Liverpool were in their pomp, and they only won 1-0, and it was a penalty.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that game like maybe Tottenham had a chance, but from these finals are not necessarily that. Like AC Milan were 3-0 up against that Liverpool team that was not that good, and that somehow they came back 3-0, and then extra. You know what I'm saying, like this is football. I think people forget football because hatred is blinding people, bro. And I just hope that after the season, if Arsenal win, say we win double, I hope it kind of resets everyone's equilibrium. Like people just kind of look at Arsenal as okay, there we are. I don't hope people don't go next year, and you can still hate, but don't you can still be honest. Like I used to hate Man City because they were so good, but I could still be honest that they're the best team. I could say that you can't just be that. It's so stupid, people. But it's okay because end of the day, we have to care about our business and Champions League.
Yeah, let me read out some of these comments, yeah?
It's gonna be good. Yeah, go on.
Jesus says, Jesus, make sure you I don't know if you're a subscriber, but sorry if we've got so many people watch these streams. Yeah, I don't know if you subscribed or not.
I got 10 people in my chat right now. Only 3 likes.
Yeah, 3 likes. Come. Should we stop talking? Should we just end the stream then?
No, look at them dropping off now.
I'm going to honor VFS's request next because he's got something there. So I'm going to honor his request next, but we need some.
Let's get some likes, people, and let's get some subscribers. But obviously, Jesus subscribers coming from
15 people in the building, yeah, 23 people in the building now. What you done, Kate? You done a little madness or something? Because 23 people, it just jumped up to 23 people. Smash the likes, yeah, 20 likes each stream. Okay. What I don't understand is when we're beating everyone in the league phase, it was because football is down and everyone is bad in general. But somehow PSG dominating can be compared to the greats.
Jesus, everything moves. Remember, like, think about this. This season has been incredible. This is the worst Premier League season of all time. Oh, the football was nonsense, because it's long ball and throwing. Then it was Arsenal are going to be the worst champions of all time because there was no competitors. Then Man City all of a sudden beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup and narrowed the gap, and it was like, this is a very interesting season. Everyone's invested. Now Arsenal winning is you cheated. You're getting an illegitimate trophy. Oh, you're not beating PSG. If you beat PSG, they already won one last year, so there wasn't really. I'm telling you, people, the hatred is so stupid that it's like one person I was watching out with them. Someone was telling me that they were literally better than the Barcelona team that 2010 Pep's Barca and Real Madrid and what did he say? With Bayern Munich team that I was like, what are you talking about? Like, that none of these players are even better than any of the players that played for those teams. Like, a team that had Messi, Iniesta, like Xavi, Busquets.
Crazy, bro. It's crazy.
But I think you might be right. It might be younger. It might be younger still.
Yeah, VFS says, do a combined 11. Want to laugh? You only get the keeper and 2 centre backs. Be real. So you've done the job for us. At least we've got players that will get in there. At least we've got players.
I think there'll be more players that'll get in there as well. To be honest.
So come on, let's do a combined 11 for him then. So goalkeepers, our goalkeeper obviously gets in. Centre back, both centre backs get in.
Gabriel.
Who's their left back? Oh yeah, they've got
Nuno Mendes will go left back.
Yeah, he's good.
But I'm going Timber right back, fam. Fit Timber over.
Yeah, I'm taking Timber all day. Every day. That's what I'm taking.
Centre mids. The only one I put in there is
Vitinha.
I would say I put Vitinha, Declan Rice, and
who's the other midfielder they got? They got
João Neves. They got Fabian Ruiz. It depends on where I want to play Eze. But if Eze is not playing 10, and obviously they don't play 10, then cool. But Vitinha and João Neves and Declan Rice I could go with. That's fine by me. And up front,
Cavra's definitely starting.
Kabara, Dembele, and I would put Saka over Desiree Doué. Like fit Saka. What are you talking about?
Okay, so there's your answer there, bro. You don't have to agree with it, but we gave you what you wanted. Question: would you start Saka 3 games in a row or take it game by game? Do you think Madueke's form is good enough? Second on the right wing, or should Dalman get minutes? So that's a good question. Would you start? Saka's got to be managed really well. We played 70 minutes the other day, and I think the West Ham game, I don't think that was his game the other day, man.
It wasn't a good game for him still.
Yeah, it wasn't a good game. When Ben White obviously got injured as well, Saka's very much a player that he likes partnerships. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you have to know Saka's game, innit? He makes certain runs inside, outside, and he needs the ball to be passed to him. You know what I'm saying? Not in midfield areas. He needs the ball when he's up the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? Not deep, so much deep, so he can't do any work. With me, Saka has to play like 45 minutes next game. I wouldn't play him a whole 90. I think his minutes has to be managed a lot over the next few games, because there's the World Cup looming as well, and I don't really care about the World Cup, to be honest. But obviously, Saka needs to go to the World Cup, and obviously he's going to play probably a lot of minutes in the World Cup as well. So just manage his minutes, man, Mikel, man. Just manage his minutes. You know what I'm saying? If we're winning, you know what I mean. And he's done his thing. Take him off like he did the other day, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Because we've got more than enough to see out the game. So that's how I see it.
I think I'll say 2 things. Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. I think obviously because we have an 8-day break, I think that's lucky.
That's good rest.
There's no game. He would have been able to rest a lot and probably get his legs back into him for that game. So there's that, and obviously then there's another 6-day or 7-day break before the 6-day break. Yeah, 6-day break before the last game of the season. Yeah, I think Jesus got the same team. Obviously, so I think that will be that, and I think it also depends on the context of the game. If it's Imagine Palace beat City today, Arsenal able to win the league next week, then that Palace game you can afford to not play Saka that whole game because we've already won. And you can literally give him that week off and let him rest before the Champions League final. So it's all about those contexts. Obviously, his last 3 games of the season, there's not really much we're resting him for in an Arsenal perspective. Obviously, if maybe Saka's thinking more from a World Cup perspective, yeah, but I don't want him to be thinking about World Cup right now when there's literally all the glory and legendary status for him right there. Do you know what I mean? So there's that. Obviously, there's a comment in the chat from Mulan Kasim.
Yeah. I was going to get to that. Shout to Mulan Kasim, man. 5092.
All the way from Kenya, man.
Come on, you gunners.
Shout out the man from Africa, the Arsenal fans. Hopefully you're good. Obviously, shout you out, bro.
Each and every time.
If you're a new subscriber, make sure you go subscribe to both channels as well. If you are, great content. So
listen, people, going forward, if you've not watched the channels before, we do watch-alongs, and we do this show every Wednesday. So make sure you tune in, especially on the watch-alongs, because the watch-alongs get crazy. You get people like VFS going mad, going mental in the comments. So make sure man. There's not many channels that do two brothers doing a watch along every week and then doing their own talk shows. Mainly a man might do a talk show with someone or a stream, but they don't usually do watch alongs all the time. So make sure you lock in, man. Jesus says that's 6 players of 11. VFS says, and look at the thing. I'm letting VFS talk. I'm bringing up his comments because you know what?
Remember, VFS. I think you're doing the desperation thing on Sunday. I remember
you doing a lot of talking, did it?
On Sunday verbatim, you said Manchester United will lift a title before Arsenal. I remember you said it was you. Am I lying, Don? It was you. You said that. Now you're doing the desperation thing. You're hoping Man City, you're hoping Arsenal lose. You're telling us we're going to lose on the last day. And if Man City draw today or lose, you're going to say, oh yeah, you're definitely losing against Burnley because there's just relax, man.
Hey, what's you lot's predictions for the Man City Palace game today?
Seeing the lineup is leveled out how I'm looking at it because it's a decent team. There's no Haaland, like there's no clinical striker. I know Marmoush can hit a ball, so I'm not going to say that. There's no Doku, who's been flipping their clutch player in this run-in.
Semenyo's playing though, and when Semenyo's on,
but he's not really been informed last couple of games. He hasn't scored in a little bit, innit? I can't remember him scoring a little while. But I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's one of the best. He's been good this season. And there's no O'Reilly, this magical guy.
Where is he? Where's O'Reilly? He just disappeared.
I think they're resting, innit? He's on the bench. There's no O'Reilly. There's no Doku. Obviously, Rodri's not fit. It's a rotated team against a Palace team that have nothing to lose, really, because, like, do you know what I mean? Unless Palace
2-0 City, I think City will win 2-0.
I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Hey, that brother in goal for Palace is good, It's Henderson. Henderson's wicked in goal,
Yeah,
I don't know about their back line though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, they got obviously Lacroix. They lost Gady
as well, but he's young.
Yeah, I think they clearly play more legs with Hughes and Lerma in the midfield. Is more of a legs midfield. I don't know if Wharton's on the bench. If he is on the bench, then clearly they're going for more legs.
Yeah,
and but yeah, we'll see.
Noni's form's poor at the moment, but yeah, should get a run against Burnley.
I would have started against Burnley still. That's a must-win game.
Yeah.
And to be fair, is this first? England can compete this World Cup. Just needs good manager. Yeah, they got probably to me the best manager that England's had in probably for what England is in a long time. Obviously, I know Sven Goran Eriksson and Capello they were very good managers, but obviously I think Capello was probably at the end of his era in managing. He's an old manager. Eriksson,
Gareth Southgate, mate.
Southgate,
but he got man to a final though, so
I don't want to comment. The run that they had was favourable, man. Not to discredit it. I think Tuchel will get a bit more footballing out of the team. I think he will make more ruthless decisions. I think he won't just go based on trust and he's picking teams based on form. He's not doing no loyalty thing. And I think also England have a very, very good crop of players, attacking players, and a lot of good players, especially if everyone's fit. I think you need a guy that's shrewd. You need a guy that knows how to maneuver through. He is a tournament manager, as he's been told. Obviously, Champions League, 2 Champions League finals, Chelsea, PSG, and I think he has the intangibles. I think the awkwardness is for England is that he's a German managing the club, and if he wins it, he's gonna be a German winning your first trophy since '66. But I think they have a good chance. Like, I think the only team that really, I would say, definitely better than England for sure is France and their squad.
Spain. I think Spain are better than England.
Spain have better players maybe in their first team, but I don't think their squad is better than England. I think England, if England pick if everyone was fit, the 26 players England can pull out, you look at that squad and lick your lips still. Harry Kane, best striker in the world right now.
It's not about that though, bro. In World Cups, it's about your team.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that is the depth that we have, because if everyone's fit, you have Bellingham, maybe you have Trent, you have Kane, you have Saka, you have Rice, you have I don't know whoever plays on the left. On the bench, you have your Ezes and Palmers, and you have there's players in there, Gibbs White, whoever else, Kobe Mainu, Wharton, whoever else. There's ballers there. You can actually look at. That's what I'm saying. And they should be in it. It's more the attacking players, the wingers, and who they're gonna take. Because probably take.
What's the defense saying? England's defense saying. So who's their centre backs?
Probably there is gonna probably Maguire, but use Konza, Gahey. Decent players still, fast, strong. You got Maguire. I have Lewis Hall or Lewis Kelly.
Oh yeah.
Or Nico O'Reilly. And then right backs, you can have Reece James if he's fit. You can have Trent Alexander-Arnold if he's fit. Obviously, Ben White's been out.
So
you got players. You got players, man. Right wingers. You got Madueke and Saka's teammates. Even though you're gonna say that, but if Diamond's not gonna get in there. Left wing, Rashford, Gordon maybe. Striker, Kane, Watkins, maybe Calvert-Lewin. I don't know. One of those kind of repertoires maybe I would have loved Welbeck to go in, but I don't think he will. And then midfield, you have an abundance of players: Rice and Elliot Anderson and Wharton and Mainu and Bellingham and Eze and Cole Palmer and maybe Foden and Gibbs White and Morgan Rogers. You got players there, man. England have a squad.
Big players.
They got a squad. That's what I'm saying. If you look at, I don't think Spain have that type of depth, but if you look at Spain's first 11.
No, you're right. Bellingham can't bring any of the Real Madrid energy.
He should
do. City appear to be resting players for the FA Cup final yet. Jakes, Says 2 or 3-0 City. Yeah, I don't expect City to lose.
Oh no, they're going to panic.
They're going to panic you.
They can't panic us if Arsenal
it's you
win
the
all
one
their
that's
games.
my brother.
But like, you know, this goal difference stuff is funny because Arsenal are not level on points with City anymore. Like City, Arsenal have to drop points for that goal difference play to come back in.
Yeah,
like he was saying it, like, bro, anyways, same old story with England. You face a top 3 team, it's game over. That's why I said, like, I want to see if Tuchel, does he bring a different type of tactical? Because let's be real, Southgate ain't a tactical manager, man. Like, so if the Tuchel brings some
on paper, you just don't have the mentality or playing pattern.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just hoping that there's
I hear that.
International football isn't hard.
How many likes you on, brother?
That's a good question. Let me see. I'm on 4 likes.
Oh, come on, guys, man. There's 14 in the building. Make sure you go and slap up the likes on Cape's channel. I'm going to put his link in the channel now. Where's Nems when you need him, man? Nems must be on who's live? Is what's his name? Is Catch Up live today? They've not even done the video yet, have they? Have they put it online yet?
No. I don't know when that's
man, I need to see that, man. I need to see it. Is it levels? Yeah, was you on levels in that game?
Yeah, I was good.
Sorry, was it a football match or just drills?
No, just different type of drills, isn't it?
Listen. I know who's got tech and who hasn't, bro. I'm looking at certain man and I'm like, nah, certain man over there.
I mean, I won't say too
much. You don't have to say much, but
everyone held their own to an an extent.
Yeah.
There's some levels above.
A man came out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hear it.
You know me. I always did the omelette thing, innit? And we'll see when.
I hear it. But yeah, I won't spoil too much. Let me see who's live at the moment, so I could just do a little redirect and thing. Yeah, but man, there's not much really else to talk about, man. We can
let's get our score predictions for Burnley.
Oh, the Burnley game, yeah. What's the team you would go to play for?
Cool. What would you? Okay, Mascara comes in for White. Do you make any other changes to that? You know, same team that's been rolling. Or do you...
Same team, man. It's the same team.
Yeah,
maybe Nketiah on, but I don't know what's happening with Nketiah as well.
Oh yeah, Calafiori might be injured. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's not injured, then yeah. But if not, yeah, Nketiah comes in, and I think I'm probably okay with that because that probably allows maybe Trossard to tuck inside. Lewis Kelly's still there for coverage. So yeah.
What's your score prediction? And don't do no stupid. You and your wild
5-0 Arsenal.
This brother. Listen, I'm gonna ban you next season from doing score predictions, bro, because you do some mad score predictions, man. It's just crazy.
5-0. 5-0 to the Gunners.
This brother said this season, yeah. I'm sure you said 7-0 against another team.
Yeah, it was. What team was we beating at halftime?
I don't know, but you just
there was a team who were beaten at halftime 3-0 or something. Maybe it was a Fulham game. I was like, fam, we were big. I said if you continue playing like this, the game can end silly, innit? Arsenal manage the game well now, innit? I just support the club, innit? I'm just overzealous. I want the best for us.
I hear it. I'm gonna go for a 2-0, you know. You know what it is with us, yeah? I think we respect teams too much these days. So we're like, we dominate them, we bully them, but I think we don't want to kill teams too mad. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. There's no one I want to redirect to anyway. So bun it. I just think that once we score a couple of goals, like we're cool, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
It just depends on the game, innit? I think that Fulham game context is obviously we had the Atletico second leg midweek, only 3 days after this or 2.5 days. So there was like an element of you don't need to. The game is done. I think this Burnley game, and if we win, I'm pretty sure we'll probably never see you on our streams again.
VFS, one thing that we never do, yeah, we're content creators, so we never hide.
Yeah, I can't hide. If we bottle, I'll be there to hold.
We'll be here, bro.
Hold my licks and hold the camera.
We will be here. We'll be fuming.
You don't have the players to hurt teams. That's why all the games are close. if we don't have the players to hurt teams, VFS, why are we one of the highest goal scorers in the league? And why are we one of the most least goal scorers? Or is it just, did we just, do magic? And by the way, we ain't scored set piece goals in a long, long time. So you can't even be saying that it's been a set piece trade, because we probably scored like, 4, 5 in the whole year.
The argument, I'll say the argument to that is you win a game, isn't it? Based on scoring more goals than the other team. So
yeah, if we keep doing that, we're top clearly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you're one of those fans that, like,
1-0, we win.
You're one of those fans, VFS, that your hatred deludes the way you look at things. Or it blinds you, I should say, not deludes. And I think that's the problem. And
I think he's a low-key City fan, you know. I don't think he's a Man United fan. I think he's a low-key City fan, that because there's no way you can twerk for City if you're a Man United fan.
Out of curiosity, VFS, no one knows who you are. How old are you? Or what year were you born? Or what generation are you from?
Yeah.
I think that will give some context. But obviously, to be fair, you can say any age because it's online, so I can't really believe. To say what year you're born. But yeah, I think if we can, it's enough rest. I think there'll be enough juice in the tank for these men to play well. And if the game starts well at Fulham, I think different to the next game is that we have 7 days after that. Maybe the goal difference could still be a factor. Who knows if City wants to wipe these men today? And I think if the game is just going where we're just looking very good, I think we might just end up scoring goals by default. Like,
hold on, I need to show. Hey, we've not spoken about Ray. You know, I want to touch on Ray, and there's something I need to show you right now. About Ray right now. Let me just bring this up. Thing's too big. Pause.
Truly.
Did you look?
I said, yo.
Hold on. So I'm going to show you this, and we can touch on talking about Raya in a moment. Yeah. David Raya is the only keeper in history to win the Premier League Golden Glove and a Championship Golden Glove. The Arsenal keeper has now won the award 3 years in a row. No player in history has won the Golden Glove in 4 consecutive years. Bless you, bro. Talk to me about Raya, man, and just I just want you to tell me about Raya, because this guy's had a phenomenal season. I think we've got to start talking about Raya like one of the best in the world right now.
I've been tuning that horn since last season, personally, because I feel like
youngster.
Okay, so you're not even that young. Young. You're just hating out of just hatred. Fair enough. What's it called? I think obviously it goes back to us signing, which I'll credit Mikel first. Also, I've got to get that in there for signing him, because when we didn't need to sign him. I think when no one was, Ramsdale had his flaws, but no one was necessarily that summer calling for a new keeper. And when we bought him and he was doing the whole 2 number 1 stuff, let's be real, you knew Raya was coming in to probably be number 1. And he did quickly displace Ramsdale. Obviously, there was the whole narrative, obviously, there was a whole back and forth. And I don't think that first season Raya kind of, like, you could see that he was a good keeper. He claims crosses well. He was quite comfortable on the ball, but it wasn't
that's one of his strong.
One of the big things, and I'll really touch on it. But like, he never really was pulling out outstanding saves or really saved Arsenal points or kept Arsenal in games in moments where he shouldn't have or just needed to. And also, like, I think he was just okay. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think it was good. I think as he's like every season he's progressed and upgraded to becoming one of our most important players.
He's 30 years old, bro.
Like, he's never played at this level. You have to realize that he's never been before Arsenal. He wasn't getting into the Spain team. He's also, this is also a new experience for him, even though he's an older player, and you can see the kind of mentality he has. He's excellent, man. Like, one who pulls off saves that he shouldn't make, like, a lot of the time, which is like a big thing. And he's not like he's the maddest, tallest of keeper, but 2, he's so reliable. Like I never ever like when Ryan makes a mistake, and sometimes he is over eager because he wants to always claim the ball. Like I think the goal against Wolves, the goal against Sunderland, or two errors I know that came to mind. And then sometimes he's made it like a Friday. I remember that error against Brentford where he kind of threw the ball into the ground and then had to make a save. He's a human being. I've seen Saliba make mistakes on own goals. I've seen Gabriel make mistakes. I've seen Rice gave away the ball against Spurs and gave them a goal for equalizer. Everyone that can make mistakes. That's part of being. No one's perfect. I'm pretty sure Messi himself has made mistakes. Probably not that much, but probably made mistakes. The point I'm trying to make is that like Raya, like he's like in my lifetime as an Arsenal fan, because I never grew up on David Seaman, he's the best keeper by a mile. Because every other keeper had something that gave me a bit of shakiness whenever that either the ball was coming into the box or they had the ball at their feet or it came to a one-on-one. Like there's elements of when we have a one-on-one that I'm like, he could save this, maybe he won't. And then when he saves it, it's like, oh my god, yes, he does. But it's like, but he does this though. Like there's an element of it, like he does this and he's been doing this season. The Brighton game, last season, that double save against Villa, the United game beginning of the season. Like I think there was one game in Olympiacos, like, he's pulled off saves that.
Can I say something quickly? Just to sorry interrupt.
Of course, we're gone. Please let us go back.
When he saved that shot versus Fernandez, I wasn't surprised, bro.
Yeah,
I wasn't overly surprised.
It was more like the relief of the fact that he did save it because in the context of the game, not like, oh, how did he save it? Because like it's and that's mad. That's actually mad. Like there's never been like any time the ball gets crossed into the box, I see him coming, pause for the ball. I'm comfortable. He's a catch first kind of guy. He'll punch if he knows he can't catch it. But if I'm pretty sure if my man wasn't holding his neck. If my man wasn't holding his neck and pulling his back, he's catching that ball out of that corner. And we're not talking about no goal. If I'm honest with you, because he did get two hands onto it, but he wasn't able to get two comfortable hands because he was being impeded. And I think that's mad. Like his ability to make saves, cross claims, to get in with it and to get in like the bodies. Obviously, sometimes he does get caught out. We're gonna crowd him out. His distribution, some of the passes he does sometimes when he plays those ones through the middle, those low ones that you're thinking, oh, and then they'll get through to a player and then we're on the attack. Or the little long clipped pass over to like a Ben White,
and then in the space,
like bro, like you can't really tell me many flaws in his game. He's never, apart from the getting caught off your line stuff when maybe players used to lob. But then end of the day, most keepers play off the line and in high. If you get tackled in a mad area and you get clips, that's kind of inevitable. He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't parry the ball. He doesn't save the ball. When he makes saves as well, Don, he saves it out. He doesn't save it into the how many, because Petr and Leno used to make good saves, but they used to sometimes save it into the space to Spina as well. And it's like, okay, you made a good save, but then you're just giving the man a tap in. And it's like, I can blame the defenders, but bro, like there's levels, and I think he's that levels in it. Like and the fact that he has the most clean sheets Champions League this season, most clean sheets Premier League, that three Golden Gloves in a row. I will bank him to get it next year. Like he's not even the fact that he's not even Spain's number one, because obviously they have two good keepers in their own. And obviously Garcia. Obviously, I don't think he plays number one, but he's as I said, he's. I've said he's the I don't want to get into it, but he's that guy's a devil of keepers still. Like that's let's just put it like that in it. But go on. No, go on.
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite save so far this season? And I'm sure there's going to be more saves from him, but what's your favorite? I know one that comes to mind straight away.
I think the Brighton one, against Minte, I think what save was this?
Which one?
What save? Let me get because
not the one where it's kind of like not the Spurs one off the line, not that one.
No,
there was one where he done some madness, bro, when it was going in, and he's kind of
the line. What one is this? I think that's the Spurs one that he's done. That's the one where I think it went through his legs
against Watkins at home.
That was last season, so I won't ask it, but I think no. I think there was one this season as well against Villa. Remember that it was one double chance. It was just McGinn.
Yeah. He made the double save.
I'm looking at some of the he's made some mad saves still, like saves that like he shouldn't be making still.
Defies logic, bro.
Yeah, like he's made very good saves, like, and also saves in critical game conditions, 0-0, 1-0 up. You know, like not like it's just anything. Like he's actually a madman still. He's actually a crackhead. Let's put it like that. He's a crackhead, bro. Like that save that I think this guy's talking about, the one against Villa where it was someone shot outside the box and then he literally was facing the other way and then he literally got. That's a madness, bro. That's a crackhead because
there's other saves as well. I think there was one in the Champions League. Yeah. Who was it against? Was it against?
I think it's the one against Olympiacos.
The one against.
It was this at the Emirates. There was one against Olympiacos this year. I think it was like a header or something. It was on volley. It was going top bins and he pulled it out. Like he had to claw and get it basically to get it out.
He's just mad. And there was one against Kevin Sharda or whatever his name is at the Emirates where I don't know if he headed it or he shot, but it's just a little fingertip he gets on the save, bro, and it hit the crossbar. He's a mad goalkeeper.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about the header from a corner and he got like a fingertip.
Bro.
Yeah.
He's just been amazing this season, and we've got a good defense as well, but we've also got an amazing goalkeeper as well. And this is why we are in the position we are this season, because we've got a great defense and a great goalkeeper. So I don't think we're doing too much. I think currently, when you look at current goalkeepers in the world, you know what I mean, the Courtois and all that, I think he's definitely up there.
I think outside of Courtois, and he's playing in the same league as Donnarumma. So Donnarumma was mad last season, so I don't want to disrespect him. Yeah. But I think Raya is better. I think Raya is better than him, in my opinion, innit? But cool. He's definitely top three. Like, I don't think there's many more other keepers. I think Alisson's body's broken down.
Yeah.
And outside of that,
you mentioned Garcia as well, but I think
Garcia hasn't had many top seasons yet, but he is looking like
looking like a cat. Yeah.
Because even so funny, because even I think I was watching a Raya
interview. The keeper, yeah. Garcia.
Yeah. The one that he's played for Espanyol. He got player of the season for Espanyol.
We wanted him though, didn't we? We wanted him, didn't we?
Eddie, it was only 20 million, and Eddie didn't want to pay that money. And good about both of them. But he's not a number two, so I don't know if he would have came in and I mean, so this is, I don't want to get into all of that, but he hasn't had the seasons yet. Obviously, when he has the seasons, like multiple seasons at the top level, then he will definitely be there. But it's funny because Ryan mentioned him. I think someone asked him who's like his favorite keepers, old and young, and he was like, obviously he said like Courtois and Neuer, and I think it's someone one older keeper. But then he was like, I think he said John Garcia as well. So John Garcia as well. But he said his name, he's a madman, and he's younger than him. But out of Lehman, Almunia, Szczesny, can I go back to that? Who would I choose out of those ones?
Oh, is that what you're saying? Is that what the question? Is that the question?
Out of Lehman, Almunia, Szczesny, Czech, Martinez, Leno, Ramsdale. I think Martinez is the best keeper out of those because Czech was after his prime. I think Szczesny was before his prime. Almunia was crap.
Martinez, though, man.
Almunia actually scarred me as a keeper, Don.
I can't take me. Do you know what?
Lehman was a madman. He was a madman. Like he was actually he had anger problems.
He was a good shot stopper, though.
He was a good shot stopper. Ramsdale, it was very good with his feet. I don't think he's a great shot stopper. And Leno was a great shot stopper.
He was a good shot. No, Ramsdale was a good shot stopper.
He's an okay shot stopper. But I think he used to make errors that.
Leno was a good shot stopper.
Leno was a very good shot stopper, and he's a very good keeper in my opinion now. Martinez was one of the best. But and he went on to obviously have a good career. Obviously, look what he done. But obviously,
yeah, man. What's this? 20 likes. Hey, how many likes you got now, bro? I'm sure you got more.
I'm on 7 now.
So the playback, you're probably going to get about 15. So people will be watching this back. Make sure you slap the likes, people. Manyan is basically Raya-like, but very good at pens. What happened to Manyan? He was supposed to go to Chelsea, but Chelsea didn't want to pay the money as well.
And it was cheap money as well, but they tried to offer cheap basically to. I think obviously from Milan have just not really been in Champions League. You don't really see him in it, like so. It's just one of those out of sight, out of mind type. We'll probably see him in the World Cup
give you, let's do a quick prediction for me and you, yeah, because the season's not over, obviously, yeah, but I'm sure we can, in our own heads, that we have a kind of like idea of who our Arsenal player of the season is. Who would be your player? And we'll wrap up after this. And chat, get involved as well, yeah. Who would be your Arsenal player of the season if you were picking one right now? I know you're on the spot now, G.
Weeks ago, let's say like 3 weeks ago, I would have actually gone with Saliba. I think Declan Rice was a close, but I think, and obviously Gabriel would have still had the best first half of the season. But I don't think I think he's been great, but he's not been like superb.
Yeah, he's had a few game against Bournemouth when he done.
But I think he's also had very good moments. Some of the blocks, even that block he did against West Ham, he's had some mad blocks. So I'm not going to discredit him there, and he's kind of leveled it out. I think Saliba's been probably one of the most consistent players throughout the season. But I think in the last few weeks, I think the importance of, and I think Raya has kind of stooped it for me. And as mad as that is, you probably won't get it from Arsenal.
What do you mean? You don't think so?
I think because it's like, depends. Who knows if Rice or Gabriel have 3 mad games and score, they will win the Champions League. There's a lot of things that can influence it. But I think the saves he's made, the consistency he's shown, the fact that he's played every game apart from the ones in the Carabao Cup that he didn't, and FA Cup that he didn't play, and he's been what he has been. Like, there's not like it's I got, and in the last few games he's made saves at points to keep us in games. Like, very good saves. Like, I think, yeah, I can give it to him. What about you? Who's your player?
Do you know what? I'm looking at. I just scanned the whole team in with my memory, yeah, thinking like, who's been consistent like for most of the season, and it's the guy at the back, man. It's the guy between the sticks. It's got to be Raya, bro. It's Timber, obviously. I mean, he's had a few injuries. Saliba and Gabriel, they've been good as well. And Capier, he only came in after, a few games. There's been a lot of stop-start for a lot of our players, isn't it? A lot of players coming. It's been a lot of rotation. But for me, I think it's got to be Raya, because when you look at every other player on that pitch, I think out of all the players, he's given us the most quality in the team, in my opinion. And and obviously there's Rice as well. Even when Rice has not had a real good game, he still works his ass off, bro. He still 100% gives 100%. Yeah, man, I love Rice as well, man. But
there's a few players that have a good shot for it, and either way, like, one of them deserve, whoever wins it, I'm not going to be like, oh, they didn't deserve to win it, because I feel like they've all been good. I think Rice is very good. Very up there.
David Raya for me has made some crucial saves this season, for real. VFS, this brother's the living troll, 26 and he's trolling. Chris Cavanaugh, big him up, man. Facts. Anyway, people, man. Anything else before we get out?
Jesus put Rice for his player of the season. I think so.
What, Jesus? I'm thinking you're thinking the player. Jesus.
No, nothing else, man. I'm good to go. But obviously, just hopefully it's Palace got something for us this evening. Obviously, I'm about to tune into that game.
In a few minutes, yeah.
Hopefully, that's something for us this evening.
Listen, I don't care whether Palace have anything, bro. I'm not going to be watching.
It doesn't make anything different. I just want it for my preference of us winning that league on Monday. If we can actually mathematically confirm on Monday because of what happens with this game.
You know what happens, bro? It's this. When I see Texas, I remember when City messed up against Everton. When I started seeing the text coming through, I was like, okay, something's not right here. So
yeah.
I wait for that, innit? Because when it's quiet, when it's quiet, you know that they've won the game, innit? Or there's some madness is going. But I don't really care, bro. I'm not even watching.
I care because I love to see the nail in the coffin be on Monday.
Yeah.
But if the game becomes that City comfortably win the game very early, I'll happily go about
big up to my Turkish team Galatasaray as well for winning the Super League as well, 4 in a row. Big them up as well. Big up to Osman and the man them as well. So yeah, man, very, very good.
And big up everyone in the chat, innit?
Big up everyone. And who's been your man of the match in the chat?
I think Jesus is the man of the match, man.
Yeah, yeah.
100%. New in the building, spammed with a lot of great comments as well. I think definitely you're man of the match for the stream, bro. So make sure you're here on Monday, Jesus, for the watch along, for the Burnley game. Obviously, come enjoy the chat with everyone. That will be
Who's hosting that? Is that you or me?
Is me still, so I'll set that up and I'll
yeah, that's all good. Hey, the last watch along popped. Yeah. I've never had a watch along as many views as that, bro. 1.8. That's crazy. Have you had that many so far?
Never.
You've had some big one. Pause. You've had some big streams though, bro. On watch along. I had to pause that one.
Hey yo, big up, Jack. Yeah, I've had a couple 700s, maybe an 800 one time,
bro. But yeah, that was a mazza. So
things are moving.
We got a big watch along on
Monday, man. Make sure everyone that's in here, make sure you guys tune in. Obviously, when we schedule that, make sure you put the notifications for that when we're live, so you guys can at least jump in, put your score predictions, even if you can't stay for the whole game. And make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. Obviously, I'll do the shout outs for everyone in the chat, and obviously I will
make sure Jens is there as well.
So obviously shout out Jesus, man of the match in the stream. Shout out obviously
Waveland.
Is it Mulan? Shout out Waveland, AFC Always, Precious, Jens,
Kasim, Mulan,
Kasim, Jax. Can't remember anyone else that was really commenting today. VFS, sorry, the man, another close man in the match. VFS, always hatred, and obviously AFC Always.
We love it though, man. We love it because.
And obviously, anyone else, all the silent watchers and obviously silent listeners, obviously appreciate you guys too. Same way as well. Make sure that you guys are subscribing to the channels. Make sure you guys are liking to both channels, K-Paz Pauser and Waffled on YouTube. Obviously, Dream Team. We will be back on Monday for that watch along. So make sure you guys want to see a bit more of us and proper vibes, because it gets emotional and it gets mad on there still. Trust me, you guys want to tune in. So we appreciate everyone. If you're an Arsenal fan, make sure you tune into that City game. Put all your hate energy into that. And if you're not, enjoy your evening, man.
We are out. Peace.